Barakatay Hawa, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rucha Kodash. Welcome to another live lesson. This one's pretty much just a various topics dated November 15th, 2022, the year of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai turning up. And pretty much it's just something I want to say a couple of words on. There's a couple of videos I was watching. One of them is called Breakthrough by GMS Custos. That's the brother Kasap down in DC. And the other one is a video by the Bishop or Captain Karab from the New York camp. And I just wanted to say a little something on both of those, and if the Spirit allows for me to make another point. If not, I'll leave it there. But, I was watching this video Breakthrough, and the brother mounted a gun out of the DC camp, he was going in, pretty much breaking the word down and, just giving some pointers. And, the lesson was comforting to me, and I was being comforted by the lesson. And then towards the end of the video, he mentioned my name, and I was like, what, me? What I do now? And pretty much he had said that there was a situation he was going through where he felt like he was falling out the truth, and I guess I said something to him, and kind of helped him to get through, as a comfort. And that even brought me even greater comfort, than what the video had already brought to me. So I was happy about that, because at the end of the day, that's our mission. If we see the brothers going through something, to try to comfort them the best we can. And that brought me comfort too. So I just wanted to say that I put this video and the other video in the description box. So for those of you that haven't seen these videos, just watch them. Very edifying, and comforting and uplifting. So I just wanted to say a few words on that, because we all go through different things. The scriptures say that no temptation has taken you but such as is common to man. But will with the temptation make a way for you to escape it. And when you watch this, and if you've ever been through anything or are going through anything, it is a very comforting watch. And when you're going through it, it's not the best feeling in the world. But then on the other side of it, when you make it through to the other side, then, it's actually a great feeling. Like in Hebrews, the 12th chapter, it says, no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. But afterwards worketh the peaceable fruits of righteousness in them that are exercised thereby. So there is a great feeling, when you get through and you reap the benefit of, whatever it is that you're going through, after it's said and done, so to speak. And the other video is the bishop or the captain bishop, Karab from the New York camp. He did a lesson here called Letters to the Church 621. The sun is setting on Babylon. And he was mentioning in here about Jacob and Esau. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the way he said it was Esau had an everlasting dominion or rulership, or maybe he said it the other way around. I can't really remember exactly how he said it. But when he said that, it kind of put a thought in my mind that, that is the case, because it is an everlasting dominion, an everlasting rulership. And seeing that the promise was given from Abraham, it went to his son Isaac. And when Isaac was born, Abraham had other seeds. But at the time that Sarah was still alive, the seed that he had with Hagar, Ishmael, Sarah told him to cast him away, because he's not going to be heir with the son of the promise. So the son of the promise would come out of who? Out of Isaac. I'm sorry, Isaac was the son of the promise. So out of that line, the next in line with was Esau, because Esau came out first. He was the inheritor of the birthright, because according to the scriptures, the firstborn is the one that receives the inheritance. But the Lord had already set it up for Jacob to get that birthright, to receive that everlasting life, to receive that birthright and the promise, to show you how heavy it is and how close everything was. You know, even down to the point of the supplanting of the birthright from Jacob from Esau. You know, and then later on he got the blessing also, to show you how heavy and how close this whole thing was. And this is why Esau is so bitter, and it shows in the bitterness of the patriarch Esau. You know, when he cried to his father, you know, asking his father if he had any other blessings for him, you know, and he gave him the blessing of the sword, which we see the outcome of that and how that's going, you know, in the world today. But the point is that he came through the son of the promise, Isaac. He had the power. He had the birthright. He was right there. He was all set. But the Spirit set it up for him to do what he did, and for Jacob to do what he did, so that Jacob could get not only the birthright, but later get the blessing. And the way the whole thing came about, which was heavy, was how when Rebecca heard it, right? She wasn't in the room, but she actually heard how Isaac told Esau to go get him some venison because he was going to bless him. And after that, she went and did her thing, you know, and hooked up Jacob to go in there to what? To supplant to supplant Isaac, you know, or should I say to supplant Esau of his birthright. Of his blessing. Salakia, you know, getting it jumbled up a little bit. So that you know, I thought that was heavy how close this whole thing was, because remember, both Esau and Jacob, they both came out of the seed of the promise, which was Isaac. And Esau, being the first one in line, should have got that, you know, and even in the scriptures it says that. But the way it was set up was even before they were even born, it was set up for Jacob to get it. Because you have individuals out there that get upset because they say that Jacob stole the birthright from Esau, and that was wrong, what he did and what he did with his with the blessing. No, but it was all set up, you know, from even before they were born. You see, when you go and you read the story, before they were even born, it was set up that way. So it was set up by the Most High, but these people working on that emotion, you know, and that carnal emotion of, well, that was wrong what he did. Well, didn't the Lord say that that's what he was going to do? And just to give it a one precept, let's go to Romans chapter 9. And let's go to and this is why these wacky-tacky Christians hate Romans, the 9th chapter. Romans 9 and 6. Not as though the word of the Most High had taken an effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel, right? Because you have the elect of Israel and you have the non-elect. All right. It says, neither because they are the seed of Abraham. And this is the key. Because the Lord did promise Abraham to his seed, but the seed was what? Singular. It wasn't to every seed that came out of Abraham, just to the main one, which the seed that came out of Abraham, out of all the children that he had, was Isaac. He was that singular seed, the seed of the promise. And this is why Sarah said that, send Ishmael away, for he shall not be heir with the son of the promise. You see? So it was all set up that way. It says, are they children? But in Isaac shall thy seed be called. Why? Because Isaac is the seed of the promise. That is, they which are the children of the flesh. What does that mean? The children that came out of the loins of Abraham. The children that, you know, and not every son that came out of the loins of Isaac were part of that promise. These are not the children of the Most High. Why? Because the children of the Most High are the portion that the Most High chose and picked, which are the Israelites, which are the most hard-headed people on the planet Earth. But yet, still in all, the Most High still chose the Israelites. This is why it says, and the Lord will still choose Jacob, you know? It says, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed, because the Lord promised to Abraham, of his seed, singular, shall all nations of the earth be blessed. Why? Because that seed, singular, would be spread out throughout the four corners of the earth. This is the reason for the curses. This is the reason for part of it to be, for the Lord to declare that if we broke the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, he would scatter us abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Because the Most High's words do not go out void, and he's not a man that he should lie. It says, for this is the word of promise, at this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. Right, because Yahushua actually came to Abraham. One of those men that appeared to him, which was Yahushua and two angels, Yahushua was the one that was speaking to him. And he said, in the time of life, I shall come back again. You know? So pretty much, and this is why, you know, for those of you that can receive it, when Yahushua told the wicked Pharisees in them, you know, Abraham rejoiced to see my day. He said, what, you're not even old Jacob, you know? How you're not even 50 years old. You know, because Yahushua was telling them indirectly that he was Isaac, and Abraham rejoiced to see his day. You know? And he did. He rejoiced because that was first of all, that was the son of his old age. That was the seed of the promise, you know, and that was the seed that he had with Sarah. It was all heavy, man. It says, for this is the word of promise, at this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil. So neither one of these sons did anything good or anything evil to receive the path that they received. That the purpose of the Most High according to election might stand, because the Most High chose one of those seeds, even though they were twins, fraternal twins at that. But one of them was chosen and one of them was not. Not of works, but of him that calleth, right? Because it had nothing to do with works. It had nothing to do with if one was righteous or not. It had everything to do with the purpose of the Most High. It said, it was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger, right? And that's exactly what happened, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Because Esau is the elder. By right, the elder should have the right of inheritance. But the Lord didn't set it up like that, because he wanted, you know, Jacob to get that blessing. He wanted Jacob to get that birthright, because that was the seed that the Lord promised to Abraham. The Most High is the Father of spirits. He already knows who's who. It says, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated, right? Because Jacob, which are the children of Israel, which is the father of the children of Israel, that's who he loves. And Esau, who is the father of the Edomites, the Most High hates. The Most High doesn't love them. They are the people of the Most High's curse. They are, you know, set up for destruction. And what makes it so heavy, that the one that he loves the most and the one that he hates the most both came out of the same loins. To show you the power and the heaviness of the Most High. You know how he can make one man who is the seed of the promise to have two sons, both twins, fraternal twins, both coming out of the same womb, but one being chosen and the other not. You know, that's heavy. Just that alone shows you the power of the Most High. You know, and how great, you know, this thing is, and how beautiful it is, and how blessed we are to be here, how blessed we are to be Israelites. You know? That's heavy, man. It says, what shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? The Most High forbid. No, because there is no unrighteousness with the Most High, because he creates everything. For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. Right. Because it's the Most High Yahweh that's doing the choosing, not man. And all of these individuals out there that get upset because of the act that Jacob did, they don't understand the scriptures. They don't understand the prophecy. They don't understand that it was already set up this way. And it's written in the Old Testament and it's written in the New Testament. but they still don't get it because it's not given to them. So it says, so then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of the Most High that showeth mercy. So it's not who wills, it's not who runs, it's not about the works, it's of the Most High that shows mercy. He's the one that chose the one. He chose Jacob and set by Esau. And nobody can say to the Most High, that's not right, man. You can't do that. The Most High can do whatever he wants. He's the Father of spirits. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this cause, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. Because when the Lord delivered our forefathers out of the land of out of the land of Egypt, he made his name to be magnified throughout the planet earth, because his name was known, but it just wasn't well known, But then when that happened, that magnified the Lord's name. And there hasn't been a magnification of Yahweh's name all the way from back then until now. And in this time, his name is going to be re-magnified again throughout the whole earth. And that day, his name shall be one. He's going to be exalted. And what's going to cause his exaltation? Well, he's using the prophets to speak and preach and teach and tell the world who the power of the heavens is, and that he's about to open up and destroy this place. And when that destruction comes, the Lord's name is going to be magnified, because there's going to be a name put to it. There's a name put to everything. There's nothing, no work, no anything done on the planet Earth that doesn't have a name attached to it. Same thing with the Most High Yahweh. That's why I said I will not give my glory unto another. You're not going to be able to give, credit, to any other false deity or name out there for accomplishing the things that the Most High does. It says, therefore hath he mercy on whom he will have mercy, on whom he will he hardeneth. Thou wilt then say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault? For who? Right. So how is the Lord going to find fault when he set it all up that way? For who hath resisted his will? And that's the point. Who resisted the Most High's will? Nobody. Nobody can jump up and say anything, because this is the Most High's program. And that's just the way it is. It says, nay, but O man, who art thou that repliest against the Most High? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? Hath not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor? Right. The Most High is the potter. The Most High has the power over the clay. You have one lump of clay. You can make a vase unto honor. You can make a vase unto dishonor. You can make an ashtray. You can make a toilet bowl. Or you can make a vase, or something that'll be a conversation piece. It's all in the hands and power of the potter. The Most High is the potter. And we are the clay. It says to make one vessel unto honor, which are the Israelites, and another unto dishonor, which are the Edomites. What is the Most High willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction? Because the Most High is enduring these devils, and they are the vessels of wrath, because they will be destroyed, and they are fitted, tailor-made for destruction. The people of the Most High's curse, and nobody can jump up and say anything, because the Most High set it up. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai set it up the way he wanted to set it up. All right. So with that, I'm going to end it there. I had something else, but Lord's will, I could do another lesson on it, if the Spirit allows. So with that, I pray that you brothers and few sisters have been edified. Till the next time I say, Shalom.